My wife planned to kick me out of the house and move her ex in. She said her parents would back her no matter what. So I drove to her dad's office. By nightfall, she was the one packing boxes while they told me to stay and raise my kids. I'm Dante, married 9 years, 2 kids, living in a house my in-laws Gideon and Celeste own. Their names were on the deed, not mine, not Judy's. For years, whenever we argued, Judy would say, "You don't own this place, Dante," like it was her trump card. Then she reconnected with Steve, an old friend. Her phone habits changed overnight, always face down, location tracking mysteriously off, 3-hour errands with no explanation. At Sunday dinner with her parents, she said casually, "If we ever split, I'm staying here with the kids. Dante will figure it out." She looked at Gideon and Celeste like she wanted witnesses to her power move. A few days later, my son Rowan came home from school and dropped a bomb. Mom's friend Steve took us for ice cream. Judy snapped from the kitchen. "It was a group thing. Don't make it sound weird." Rowan looked confused and went quiet immediately. That night, I walked past the living room and saw Judy smiling at her phone. As she shifted, the message preview flashed. "Tomorrow, we talk about moving you in." I snapped a photo of her lock screen, not to confront her, just to document. The next morning, Judy said she was taking the kids to the park. Her location blinked off an hour later. I drove to Steve's neighborhood. Her car was parked outside his building. No kids' car seats, no park bags. When she came home glowing, I asked one question. "Where were you exactly?" She exploded. "You're paranoid, Dante. My therapist says your spiraling creates our problems." Then she switched tactics, sat down, patted the couch. "Fine, let's talk. I'm done with this marriage. I'm with Steve, and I want a divorce." She laid out her plan like a business proposal. "I'm staying in the house. Kids will be with me full time. You get every other weekend. Once you leave, Steve will move in. The kids already like him." She smiled. "It's not a plan. It's happening." I didn't yell. I just said, "So you're moving your ex into your parents' house with my kids?" "My parents will back me," she said, adjusting a throw pillow. "They always have." The next morning, I drove to Gideon's dealership office. Celeste was already there. I laid out everything. The affair, the ice cream trip she'd hidden, the lock screen message, the plan to move Steve in. I showed them the screenshot. "Tomorrow we talk about moving you in." Celeste's face went cold. Gideon's jaw tightened. "We warned her years ago," Celeste said quietly. "We found messages between her and Steve before. She promised us she'd cut contact." Gideon looked at me. "You and the kids stay. Judy leaves. Steve never sets foot in that house." That night at 7, we had a family meeting. Judy walked in confident, chin up, expecting support. Gideon didn't waste time. "We know everything. Steve, the affair, your plan to move him in, all of it." Judy's smile froze. She tried tears first. "He's manipulating you. You're choosing him over your own daughter?" Celeste's voice stayed calm. "We're choosing the kids over chaos." Gideon leaned forward. "You're not staying in this house, and Steve is not stepping foot in it." Judy shot up screaming. "This house is supposed to be mine." "It's not," Gideon said. "It's ours, and we made the rules, not you." She ran upstairs, threw clothes into bags, and stormed out. 2 days later, we were in court. Judy performed tears, claimed I'd isolated her, twisted her parents against her. My attorney presented time-stamped evidence. USPS change of address to Steve's apartment. Utility start service in her name. The lock screen screenshot. Rowan's ice cream comment. Gideon testified, "We purchased that home for our grandchildren. That stability no longer exists with her choices." The judge ruled, "Primary residence remains with the father. Mrs. Hargrove gets every other weekend. Steve may not be around the children for 6 months." Judy stood up screaming, "You can't do this!" The judge said calmly, "I just did." Outside, Judy yelled, "You stole my life!" I stayed steady. "You handed it over when you tried to move him into our kids' bedrooms." 2 days later, Steve posted a photo with another woman on social media. Caption, "Surround yourself with people who don't bring drama." Judy wasn't mentioned, not even referenced. A month later, Gideon and Celeste placed the house into a trust for Rowan and Kit. I signed as residential guardian. "We want the kids to always have a home," Celeste said. "This guarantees it." Judy showed up at her parents' door screaming. Their neighbors recorded it. She wanted to use their money like a weapon. They made sure the bill landed where it belonged.